Hello and welcome to AltheaSuite. Today I'm going to show you how you can receive deposits in your service calls. To get started, we're going to go into our service calls module and then into service call documents. Once you're in here, there's a couple ways you can receive a deposit. If you're first going to create the service call, we're just going to go ahead and hit the new button up there. Once we get into the new service call document, you're going to go ahead and follow out this by putting in a customer, choosing an item that you want to service, writing the problem statement, all that. And then once you get down to the bottom section is where we have this option to receive deposit. So if a deposit was required for your service tech to go out to do the service before that, then we can go ahead and click that button to collect the payment from the customer. And then once you receive the deposit will just hang into the service call document until you eventually invoice the service call, in which case you can use portion of the deposit or the full deposit for the actual service call and pay for the actual service that way. So if you have done this already, then the service call will be saved and it'll be in there like that. If you did not take a deposit in the service call document before you saved it, and you want to do it after the fact, what we'll need to do is find your service call. So I'm going to go find a service call that still is open. So invoice status. So this has not been invoiced. And if I scroll down on this list, go ahead and find this one right here. So this service call right here, if I scroll to the right, we should see no deposit on it. We do have a column for it. Is a deposit received? You can see this one says no. But the one above it and the one below it do say yes. You can see the deposit amount as well. But since this is no deposit on it right now, I'll go to the left over here. I'll need to go to the context menu. And then from the context menu, we have a receive deposit button right up there, right below the modify and view options. So once we click into receive deposit, this is again for a service call document that's already been saved and you just want to receive a deposit on it. So click on that button. That will open up the service call document in this receive deposit mode. This will allow us to scroll all the way down to the bottom and hit that receive deposit button there. Once we click on that, it's going to bring us into your receive deposit section, in which case you just collect the money from the customer, however they're going to give it to you. So a check or a card payment or cash, whatever it is. You can see the deposit amount says $100 there. If you need to adjust that, we do have a way to adjust it by going up here to the service called default deposit amount. This amount can be set in your settings in your implementation or after you've gone live. So if we want to adjust this amount, maybe we want to make it $150. So now this will allow me to collect this 150, and then I'll hit that save button. Once you hit the save button, you can scroll all the way down. At the bottom section is where your deposit is going to be hanging out. You can see that I have 150 as available deposit. I haven't used up any of it. I haven't returned any of it. And you can see I still have the total amount there for the total deposit. We do have some options down over here. If you wanted to adjust the deposit, we can do this by moving the deposit to the customer's advanced amount. Maybe they didn't want to put the deposit here. Maybe they want to put a deposit in something else. We also have a context menu over here, in which case we can hit that return at deposit button right there, which would just allow us to return the deposit in full, however it was returned or however it came in. So if this came in as cash, it's going to come back out as cash as well. So as far as deposits go, I will show you one thing before I conclude this tutorial. To set the deposit amount, we'll need to go into our settings, service call settings, and then within the service call settings, down near the bottom is a deposit section. So we can either enable or disable this deposit in our service call. If we did enable it, we can say that we always want to collect a deposit. If it's required, we can set our deposit amount, maybe $150. So we could either say we always need to collect this before we actually invoice the service call or eventually go out to the service call, or I can just simply enable the ability to take a deposit in the service call. So that is how to take deposits in service call documents in AltheaSuite. Thank you.